Ramsey Nijum back with the Coach and the Casual. We're in fabulous Las Vegas. We got the champ, Glover Teixeira, now Mr. Yoda, possibly Coach of the Year again. One of the greatest duos we've ever seen, him and Alex. Let's get into it.
Hey, okay, so we're in. Glover, I have to ask my first question. It must hurt your feelings. Ramsey's known you so long, and he still doesn't say your last name correctly. Does it bother you? I mean, how do you feel about it?
Say my name correctly.
I know he's not a very smart guy, so it's okay.
Hey, I challenge you to say my name, Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Oh, dang it, dude. Okay, all right.
You know, you've known him much longer than I've known him. I always thought maybe like he got hit in the head too many times, and that's why he's not so these days. But has he always been this way, or is it new?
No, it's always been like this, man. We met him in 2012 or 13.
Yeah, you were talking about that, like 2012, 13.
I think that's what the first time.
It was before you even fought in the UFC.
Yeah, no, it was right after
Oh,
the
right
show.
after, yeah, right after Kingsbury, right?
Yeah.
Or right
But
before.
after the show with you, right?
Yeah, The Ultimate Fighter.
The Ultimate Fighter.
So, like, that was
When
like
the
2012.
Ultimate Fighter? Yeah.
And then I came out. But I was telling people my favorite story about Glover is, like, we used to live in this trailer. I mean, you lived in that trailer on Coach Hackelman's property. And then after you left, no one took care of it, and the floor rotted out. There was, like, rats in it and shit. And, like, I would be there. And then Coach Hack was like, when Glover was coming to town, he's like, I got to fix it up for you. And I was like, what, dude? How come I've been shitting in a bathroom with no floor? And then we were living in that house. That was fun, bro.
Well, you've seen. I mean, Glover, you've been in the game for a long time. Being in Shaq's down at the real pit, the original pit. You've seen UFC and MMA progress a lot in your life. Did you ever think it was going to be where it's at now? I mean, it's world famous. When you first got into the UFC, I bet you could still walk down the street without people knowing who you were. Now it's worldwide.
Yeah, it's growing. Every time it's getting bigger and bigger. The kids love the way the guys approaching with social media, everything, and it's to think like when Chuck was the champion was already in a tune-out of growing every year was a big expectation, So I was already expecting, yes, the salaries to be bigger, and think 10 years now, we're thinking the same thing. The guys be making like 10, 15 millions of dollars a fight, champions, and talk about next 5 to 10 years, who knows. But yeah, that time was already growing, and I expect you to be this big, yeah.
Do you think it's going to keep growing, just bigger and
Yes.
bigger? Like we haven't
so.
even seen the plateau yet?
What about
I
when it
think
gets
so.
past Dana, though? Because for me as a fan, Dana's always been a big part of driving it. Dana can't go forever. What happens after Dana?
You gotta have somebody. But the thing is like boxing, right? Boxing, maybe UFC, of course, is more like exciting, more takeover, I think, a little bit, I don't know. At least I lost interest in boxing. I was very fan of boxing,
Me too.
with all the bullshit now. It's like over here in UFC, you talk about like the best of the best, and over there it's like, okay, over here, okay, sometimes super fight doesn't happen. Even that is frustrating, right? Because they talk about Alex and John Jones, and
Yeah, that's the
some
biggest
fights
one.
like that. They deal with Anderson Silva and George St. Pierre, but like
BJ Penn, GSP, those
yeah.
are some good ones.
But in boxing is heavyweights.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's a champion, heavyweight champion. This guy's is a heavyweight champion, but they never really fight,
Yeah.
Like for me, at that time, I remember Daytona Wilder and
Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua was
Yeah.
the champions, and I wanted to see them so bad, but never happens. It's like
What about, though, what's your opinion now that Dana, did you see he just signed a deal with the
Yeah, I
TKO? I mean, that could make boxing exciting, right?
yes, I think it's gonna be great.
So you're not really like, you're still a fan of the sport of boxing, just not the politics of it?
Yeah.
Like, like if it was
course.
like the two best guys, you're going to watch that?
I think if you run like UFC run, you see the guys sign up on there, and of course he's probably gonna sign the best of the best, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they got the money.
Who knows? Maybe they put Usyk and Alex for the heavyweight champion.
Bro,
right
how
there,
sick would that be,
start,
dude?
You know, whatever.
Oh my gosh. They sparred her,
Light
didn't they?
heavyweight, I think Usyk can fight light heavyweight, man.
Yeah.
He's like, what, 230?
Bro, I mean, Alex is what, 232? I mean, he could be a heavyweight.
Well, what's it like? I mean, because obviously you were starting the UFC, you were a champ. Now you've taken a back seat in being a coach and watching a star. And Alex has more star power than anybody since, I mean,
Conor McGregor.
Since McGregor, maybe.
Yeah.
And the way even that his personality's progressed, where he said nothing, and now when he starts to talk and be able to feel more comfortable with personality, what's it been like for you as a star watching you know, somebody now that you coach become worldwide? Huge.
Yeah, it's amazing, you know. It's amazing his character, the way he take care of things, and I mean, man, like how he handle everything. It's just like he was born for that, you know, and at the right time, I guess, you know, and how he's handled the pressure or the fame. You know, Alex never really changed, man. You know, talk about with the guys there, Kawi, physiotherapy from Alex Size 2015, right? 2015, you know, when Alex was in glory. I don't know if he was a champ at the time, but like, you know, small.
Yeah.
And like today we still together, same people, all the guys, you know, Pappy, Yusri, you know, the way they take care of the guys is like, it's amazing, you know.
That's one thing I want to like kind of touch. I've noticed your guys' team is like a family, and most other MMA gyms, they're never like, I mean, you've been to a lot of gyms. Everyone's always competing. They not necessarily like they don't want you to win, but they're very competitive with each other. Why is your guys' team so different? Like even Roman Dzeski, like he sees you guys and he's always like, he was talking to me, he's like, man, I want to be training with those guys. They're like brothers. Like why is it like that?
Because it's hard to stay around us, you know, and people that stay around us is going to have to love it, because you see those guys around me, you see like Austin Usuri, like almost getting kicked out of UFC PI. I thought they was going to take all the jacuzzi water out of the jacuzzi, wrestling over there. No, but you know, they go wrestle everywhere in the mall and they play around. It's just like... and making fun of each other, challenge each other, can run that hill faster. Like in Utah, Austin used it over there in Utah. We just like, I bet you guys cannot go all the way to the top, you know, and they just take off like with no trails or nothing. They just run in the middle of the woods and the weeds, everything.
You know, but Usiri, we're talking about Usiri, we don't allow him back in Utah, because last time he was in Utah, you know, he broke Ramsey's rib.
Yeah, bro, that dude, I'm not allowed back, dude. He kicked me so hard. I was like,
he's real light with Austin now, you know. Austin teach him the way.
All right, I'll train with him again. All right, you serious back in. I was scared of him for a while. But yeah, like everyone always talks about your guys' team. You know, I'm trying to cultivate a similar, you know, we're both from old pit roots, and I feel like that's how the old pit was. Everyone, like, we'd hang out. Like, we'd hang out when we were, I mean, honestly, I was starstruck with you when I was young, and then you'd be like, hey, let's go out and, like, go get some food and something. I'd be like, okay. And so I think that's a really big culture, and how do you keep it, like, going and stuff? Because I think you're the leader of it, Glover.
Yeah, I don't know. Just everybody, the vibe, you know.
Talk shit.
Yeah, talk shit and whatever, man. You know.
Talk shit, get hit.
And say the truth, say the reality here. You know, they know. Like some people, they don't like to hear the truth, and they, you know, maybe they don't like to stick around. You know, those guys, you know, sometimes you tell them, hey man, this is, and they all like a hard worker. They know, and the things like this, if they train hard and they have fun, they're not trying to hurt each other. For me, it's the key, you know, be a team. It's like John say, no I in team. I remember us with Chuck, man, like everything for Chuck, you know, was the guy, was the like, you know, inspirational. Everybody wants to be like him, and it's like wanted him to win, you know, and him winning is confidence for us. You know, I trained with that guy, man.
Yeah.
I was like seeing him the way he taking those guys over, Babalu, you know, and like and Vanderlei and all those guys. I was like, man, I train with that guy every day, you know. It's like we go at it. It's like,
And you're like,
man,
if I can go with him, I
then
can
they
be.
put another. Oh, you're gonna fight in the PFL or WC. I'm like, bring it on, man,
Anybody,
you know?
yeah. And so like I think like that's like one of the best things is like when you have a star and then everyone gets to train with them, you know, or like a top level guy. Like do you feel like that's helped grow it a lot or like
No, nice star, right? A guy like high level, you know?
high level, yeah.
High level, and we have high levels like Austin. They're high level wrestler. You know, you wrestle with him. You know,
yeah.
Those are guys like Steve Mako. You know, you learn with him. You go with Alex. You learn. You know, it's so much. You know, involved in learning, and you can't commit any error. You know, like
Yeah.
You go with a guy like Yusuf, the way he moves. You know, you got to be. You can't just go in and start like. I would think like those guys in my. You always think, you know, oh, if I have those guys in my camp, you know, like a guy like you, so we to work with, but it's just like a different level, you know.
Yeah.
When you train like that, you have to get better, you know, and to do it, you have to. Not trying to hurt because
Yeah.
come on, if you get knocked out in the gym, and we all prove that. It's 2000. I don't think anybody go hard anymore, man. Come
Yeah.
on, any high level. Some guys they post here and there, but it's like stupid, you know.
Yeah, like they're hard.
I
very
guess my
controlled.
question there, and I know we keep using you serious as an example, but you know, for me, I thought when
He's
I
a handsome
watched-
devil,
I
you
thought
know?
when I watched him, he looked pretty slow, personally. But what I was going to say is, when you're working with a guy like Alex, right? It's like, how do you coach somebody who's done things that not only that you didn't achieve, but nobody's ever achieved what Alex has achieved? All these back-to-back title defenses, how quickly he's doing it. It can't be like a coach. Does it bring it down to how do
it's
you
just
like
him.
equals? Like, I mean, how do you coach? How do you coach somebody who's doing things that have never been done before?
No, it's just like you there do your best, you know. I'm there doing the best, and like I say, everybody over here is a team. Everybody working for something to help, and it's everybody. You know, it's Plinio there
Yeah.
helping him, Melvin. You know, we bring the whole team and more people. Everybody at the gym, like Joe. You know, the guys that train with him all the time. It's everybody work together, and like what he done is just him, you know, just his knowledge and his calmness, and I don't know, it's more like he knows how to put the people together, right? This is very important. Everybody, you're a leader. He's a leader, you know. Who he want in his team, who you think he's gonna. Okay, this guy's gonna help me 1%. This guy's gonna help me 0.5%. He wants those people in a team because it bring a good vibe. Okay, I love this guy's in training. He's a great guy for training. He's gonna help me in training, but his vibe is not the same. So you know he's out.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter how good you are. He's not gonna bring the same vibe. It's out. So he's a leader. He know how to put it together, and that's why he's so successful. And Chuck was like that too. All this like big. Like Shalsona say, right? The great guys, the great champions always have something different, man.
Well, even you were a great champion. When you were in there, I always ask this of Ramsey, obviously, because he fought. Were you more nervous going into your own fights or to watch your guys go fight? Because for me, I grew up on the UFC, and I loved watching it. But now that I've started to be around UFC guys and you know, be buddies with them, I don't like to watch them fight because I'm like, I don't want to see my buddy get hit in the face.
Such a pussy. Such a pussy.
Ramsey
right?
says I'm a pussy, but you don't
Yeah.
want to watch your boy go in there. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah,
you want to
no.
see
You know
he
him
has
get,
to make
you want
his
to see
money,
him
but-
get some glory, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to watch my guy go get kicked in the fucking head. Pardon my French.
Yeah, you get nervous, like, the guy's going in, you know. Yeah, it's
I mean, that
different
Khalil
times,
fight,
right?
Khalil fight was gross. I mean, they were banging each other.
Yeah.
Pause.
Do you get more nervous though coaching than you did fighting?
No, in the beginning it was, but I think now I'm getting used to it, and like I know I'm confident in the guys. You know, they're going in a fight. It all depends, like how big is this? You know, this is a fight. They're gonna be like the changing. You know, let's say like Contender City is always like more nervous for Contender.
Yeah.
Than,
a big difference
because
there,
it's
right?
like, man, I hope this guy get this fight.
Can
And
get
he-
his goal.
Yeah, it's just
I
like
want because you
it's
want him to
almost
achieve it.
more than a title too, of course. When you win the title, you know, but like, yeah, it's just you feel that pressure, right?
Yeah. Bro, I still remember, I forget who you fought. It was like in Florida or something, or
Who?
I don't remember. You fought someone. I can't remember. And I was there with like Court and Coach Hack. And I just remember.
No, Florida. Yeah, I fought Cutelaba.
Yeah, is that who?
Oh no,
No.
Rashad Evans.
Yeah, Rashad Evans. Yeah. It was a former champ. And it was like before you were the title. And I remember it was like, you win this and then you get the title fight or whatever. And I was like nervous. And like I remember I was such a nervous wreck in the back.
Yeah.
And then I watched Glover's like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, how's it going, Ramsey? And I'm like, bro, are you excited? He's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, damn, bro, I am way too excited. And that's when I was like, who is this? And then Coach Hack is just like, he's just different, bro. Glover's he's just ice in his veins. He said Chuck was the same way. Is Alex like that?
Yes.
Just like calm?
Yes, very calm. Yeah.
I wish I could do that, man. I'm like, how do you,
No, I was pretty calm. Yeah.
how do you get so calm? Like I've always wanted.
You can't be calm anymore. Like when Alex is walking out, when he does.
No,
you-
bro, watch the
your
video.
adrenaline's gotta
No,
go
he's
up.
like
It's
this. He's in the
impossible.
back, like he's screaming in Portuguese. He's just like, yeah, you know, like just screaming, dude.
It's an environment because I've been to a lot of UFC fights. It's an environment in an Alex fight that is unmatched.
Yeah,
It's
his
like- it's like
walkout
a-
to
it's like an
Salt Lake
Aldous-
was
yeah.
insane.
Insane.
Like that walkout to Salt Lake, you gotta admit that was kind of crazy, right? Did I get your blood going a little?
Salt Lake
of
was
course,
very-
man.
Okay, all right.
Of course.
Wanna
Are
make
you
sure
alive
that
in there,
make sure
bro?
that heart's still
Are
beating,
you
bro.
alive? I'm worried. Are you still alive? in there?
And even when he
Gotta-
came out with that flying kick and he missed, right?
Yeah.
Was that the plan the whole time to come out with the flying kick? Because he
I
missed
just
with it.
he just thought of that, you know.
I was
Just
worried
I
like
think
he
he's saying,
overextended himself or something because he missed with that kick. Oh man, but
It's
Khalil,
a risk, right? Take
It's
the
a risk, yeah. Leaving. I did that one time. I was fighting this dude, and I didn't know he was this Japanese guy. I don't know why he was like pissing me off. 'Cause, like before the fight, he kept on like going like this, and I was like, no, "Fuck you, bitch!" He was like, and then so I just ran out and charged him, and I missed, and he went boom, hit me with the right. And I was like, ah, shit. And I like pull guard. And I like got back. I was like, okay, back to my style. So I went back to fighting. Sometimes I just get so amped though, you know, like right before you go in. Did you never get like that? Like were you never like or just,
did you ever like were
No,
angry at the other guy?
frustration, yes, like in the fight, right? Not nervous. No, nervous, yeah, everybody feel, right? Like, because you want to win. It's more like, hey, man, just fight, get this fight. I can win. I can fight for the title, you know? Like, more for, like I say, same thing, pressures. But then I learned to take that pressure away later on, so that's what I was doing much better, you know?
Yeah, when you're like-
whatever, man. I'm here. I train the best. I'm just going to go over there and fight, and I'm 40. Who cares? you
yeah.
know?
I'm
It's
just
like-
gonna get in this cage in front of millions of people and fight.
Yeah,
that'd
that's
be
the
one of
thing. Okay, so I got to relax more. Okay, I'm 40. Everything is already. For me, it was like, hey man, I'm tuning 40. That was like 39 years old. I'm tuning 40 years old. I'm fighting in high level in UFC. So, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Like, so my ego come down a little bit. So I was like, who cares? I'm just proud to be there.
Yeah.
Right? And then that relaxation just bring more results, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to
That had
relax.
to be one of your favorite Alex wins, though. Was Blahovic for the revenge, huh? Because
I was gonna ask this, like, I mean, he's gotten some revenge.
Alex got the revenge for you. That had to be a good one.
Does that feel good at all?
What?
When Alex beat the guys that you lost to? Like
I
the
did
Jamal
watch
Hill?
it, but- Jamal Hill, yeah.
That had to feel
Jamal
good.
Hill
That's what I
and Jiri.
And Jiri,
Yeah,
twice.
yeah.
Yeah, that
But
had to feel
Jamal was
good,
a
right?
good
Yeah,
one.
of course.
Bro,
Of course.
we want the John Jones.
Always, you
I
know.
want the John Jones for you
It's a
more
team,
than,
you know. It's
Yeah.
more like a team, okay?
Yeah, but you were more excited for the Jamal Hill when he was.
Yeah.
It's more like a team, right? You don't want this guy to. It's like a soccer team, or you don't want or jiu-jitsu team. You know, you don't want to keep losing to the same school again. You know,
But you just
Oh,
being
this
too
school
humble.
beat us,
Be the
we
truth.
gotta-
You were like,
on.
fuck you. Yeah, bitch.
You wrestle, you know, you go to wrestle. You lost Cal Poly, then you lost again Cal Poly.
Oh,
Then
yeah,
you get
bro.
to new ego, man.
I
Like,
know. And
hey,
then when
man,
you beat him,
this
you're
year we
like,
can-
yeah, suck it. Like, dude, I lost to the same kid in high school, and then I wrestled him in college. When I beat him, I'm like, fuck you, yeah, bitch. Like, that was such a
Okay, you
No
don't have to,
bitterness,
you don't have to say
alright.
much, but just who were you more happy about when you beat Jamal Hill or when you beat Jiri to defend your honor on that one?
Just both, man. Both just.
You're too
I
much of
don't
a cool
know,
character.
He's too cool of a
Talk
cat.
about shit, Glover. We know.
No,
You got a little anger in
We
there.
know it was
same,
Jamal.
same, bro.
It was Jamal.
It was Jamal.
Jamal maybe was talking more shit, so maybe.
Yeah, because he's still talking shit. Like he's still on there, like, oh, Alex is losing. You know, he just keeps on running his mouth. You know, but I mean, how satisfying though would it be for the John Jones, Alex beat John Jones to be the guy?
Dude, that's tough. Honestly, I'll say as a casual fan, I don't want them to fight because as much as people hate John, he's the greatest of all time to do what he's done, and nobody wants to see Alex lose. I don't know. I don't even want.
Yeah,
them
but
to
what
fight.
if Alex just slept Jones?
Yeah, that'd make me sad because you
great
don't
would that
want you
be?
don't want to see a great get slept.
You don't?
Big fight.
I want to. I want to see
What do you
him.
think
Fight,
about, what do you
man.
think about Drickus? Drickus is a hard one to manage for
Drickus Duplessis.
because they're talking.
Yeah, I think it's a good fight. I think that's probably the next fight for who is next for Alex.
Nobody
In the
at
lightweight.
205.
Because Alex and Drickus were talking. He said he's going to
Maybe
win this
Drake's
one.
go 205.
Yeah, they said at 205.
You don't think Alex could do 85 anymore?
I don't know if he can. I'm not gonna say that he can. He
Yeah, it's just
probably
big.
can.
He probably
but
can.
Like,
Yeah, but
why?
He's just like too much.
They say with Drickus that on paper he should lose, but he never learned how to read. And that's why he keeps winning.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's a funny one. He's going to kick your
I'm
ass,
just
bro.
kidding,
He's
Drickus.
going to kick your ass, bro.
Dude, what?
He trains in the gym.
No, but we
No,
had him
bro.
on the
I tried to get him.
podcast.
I had to kick him out.
Why?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Drickus.
No, I had to kick him out of the
Kick me
gym.
out. The thing is, the level of talent there was too low. I had to go find something better. So I
Like,
went to Court's
literally,
gym.
dude, I was just like, this guy can't even train. We had to make him remove, bro. I was like, it's too hard.
He got mad at me one time. I came to the gym, right? And we were about to start training, but I had to take a shit. And so I didn't want to train when I had to shit, so I went home. And he tried to get mad at me for that.
He
But
skipped
that's
our session to go home and shit one time.
that's a valid, because I didn't want to shit at the gym. It was disgusting there.
The gym's, yeah, I
So
mean, I'll give that. I
it's
clean
valid,
it.
right?
I do. I don't like the shit there either. I'll give it. You don't like the shit in your gym, right, Glover? You have to take it at home. He's
I
like,
was
God
like, what is
damn.
happening here?
I don't know. I'm like, I like to shit my gym.
Yeah.
No, I usually shit at home. Yeah.
I knew it. We're good. We're good.
That's a
on
hot
track.
take. What is it like when you have, so you've obviously got duality, right? You've got guys like Pereira, right? Did I say it correct?
Pereira.
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 Yeah, it's close enough. Poton. When you got guys like that who are world beaters and stars, but then how do you give good attention to guys like, I mean, we keep using your series here, who are obviously going to be stars in the UFC, but are on the contender series and things, who maybe need more attention. How do you balance your time as a coach?
I gotta put like priorities on the fight camps, you know,
Yeah.
like see what who got the closest fight and start putting priority there and have them drills off. Like today, Alex trained, he did the training, and then Ramsey was there. You know, they still drill a lot of stuff. They still working a lot. You know, it's Alex, then they go. You know, it's like. Gotta keep the focus, you know.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like guys, they have to always look for their own, you know. The guys is like, I remember Alex, when Alex come to help me, I did my training. He's there, he's helping. I used to do a little movement with him. I didn't train hard like Alex do in the week of the fight. I did a kind of like movements a little bit, hit the pads a little bit, and just break a sweat, right?
Alex trains pretty hard fight
my
week,
God.
doesn't
Oh,
he?
yeah, he just like light spa, but like, you know, he sometimes pick it up, you know.
That's one thing I noticed when you guys were out. I was like, wow, Alex, he puts a hard fight weekend, you know, and then the results are always good, you
Yeah.
know, so it's like, it works.
Yeah, like, he always hard trained. Like I say, after my training, he always go and he's doing his thing. He usually hit the bag or he ask a coach to hold the pads for him. and he holds pads hit pads for a while. He do his thing, you know. Do sit-ups. I remember him do sit-up, push-ups. It's like that, you know. Like going to PI there, the guys, they focus, they want it, you know, and they looking for work. Lift a little bit, go sprint an air bike like those guys yesterday, just waiting for Alex Centerview. He's doing sprints on the with that treadmill. The treadmill that runs. Just sprints on it.
You know, that's what I noticed. Like, you can't be around you and not train. You know, like if you're around Glover, he's like, "Hey, you get over here, train." And you're like, "All right,
but
fine."
the thing is about Alex is like what makes him a different champion is that he just wants them back to back to back. He's not picking fights. He got that call in the car. You saw him, and he had like 2 weeks to save a card, and he comes in and does it. Does he never even? Do you ever tell him, "Hey, hold on, let's wait, let's see anything," or he wants to fight, wants to fight, wants to fight?
Yeah, he's like always ready, you know. He's a guy that he always training. You know, he's never too heavy or anything. He doesn't drink. He just like focus all the time. His life is there, you know. If he's home, he always going to gym at least 4 times a week. You know, if he's traveling, this is off camp, you know. If he's traveling, he always training. He always go whatever, the best place that they have and go spar with the best guy in town.
Yeah.
He's like that.
You know, I want to change topics a little bit. One of the things that everyone's been debating lately is the best boxer in the UFC. A lot of people say Alex, Ilia Topuria, Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway, Peter Yan.
We can't say Max Holloway and Ilia Topuria.
And the same way.
He just beat his ass.
Yeah,
so.
But who would be the best boxer to you, Glover, in the UFC right now?
Alex.
Alex? Yeah. Hands down?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You think he's better than Ilia Topuria?
I'd say he's the best kickboxer, for sure. But there's a difference between the best boxer and the best kickboxer.
Just because the power, the way how he hits, and those guys, they're great punchers, you know, like Topuria. He's have incredible combination. But, like, I feel like... and he's a great boxer, don't get me wrong. Like, he can be maybe, I don't know, top 2 over there, but like because Alex is just have the eyes, like you can see Alex, the movement that he makes is almost like Mayweather, Pacquiao in a way, because you see sometimes Mayweather, like if you jab him, he not even move because he knows that jab is not gonna hit him.
Yeah,
you know?
just the range is perfect.
Yeah, just that range is there. Alex does those kind of things. His vision, he's that much, and also the power, you know, like he hit somebody. He's like,
but I mean, Ilia Topuria, he's got that power too. He puts people to sleep.
Like I say, he's great. But I just feel like Alex IQ for and vision for strategy is better. You know?
Yeah, he does get hit probably less than Ilia
Well, but
does
in this last fight, so does he? Do you guys ever watch film afterwards and he says, "Oh, I wish
we have what Topuria? What's his walking around right now?
Topuria, like 180.
Yeah, that'd be a good, little sparring training with
Topuria, he's so small though.
he's short.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard
Alex
to.
is like 6'6".
But like, even Alex is the guy that I'm telling you, he will go, and he will not use power. We just talk about this with him. Talk about Felipe here. He's Alex Muay Thai coach. When he start training with Alex, and he's like, bro, I used to train with Alex by myself. Sometimes we'll go in the gym, nobody there. And like, let's do some rounds. And he never tried to hurt me. He hit me and he touched me all the time because he's very good at timing, but he never tried to hurt me.
What about then so you think Alex would make it the farthest in straight boxing? Like if it was just like in their weight class, they just started boxing, Iliad and Alex, who do you think would be the better?
The problem is it's muscle memory. He's so
I don't know Topuria that much. I don't train with the guy,
really?
But it's just saying, if you ask me right now, it's Alex.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but the thing is about Alex is all I'll say. I think he's the greatest combat athlete close to of all time.
Bullshit. I've argued with him.
I think John's the greatest of all time.
We got to play that back, bro. I've argued with this guy.
Anderson Silva's up there, and I think it's John, Anderson Silva, and Alex is some of the great. But it's kickboxing, right? I mean, or Muay Thai, or the different versions of it. But he's so dangerous with his hands because his feet are so dangerous, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like who's the greatest at boxing? You know, it's
Floyd.
a debate.
Yeah.
It's gonna be debate.
But I'd say that on the debate, I'm correct.
But who is the most exciting and boxing, there's no debate on that one.
Yeah.
You know, it's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, everyone loved Mike.
There's no debate on that one. It's like, who's the most excited boxer of all time? Really? Who?
Bro, I think Alex is the Mike Tyson of
Okay, but what about
MMA.
Alex?
I don't
What
know.
about Alex
I
in his
feel
prime?
like it is.
Alex in his prime versus Tyson in his prime boxing. What do you think?
Nah, man, I don't know. It's just
This guy loves. This is a Tyson
He
fan,
loves
bro.
Tyson.
Yeah. He's like, well, I love
You gotta
Alex,
think so,
but I
man.
love
we
Tyson.
talk about MMA. Alex destroy him. Kickbox. Alex destroy him.
Yeah, but just boxing.
Yeah, it's probably difficult for him.
Yeah, it'd be very
But,
difficult.
Alex is so big though, so tall. And if he got to go all the way up to heavyweight, because that's Tyson was fighting at heavyweight. If Alex put on 20 pounds of muscle,
Tyson's just a fucking different.
He's a
beast,
different.
man.
My other question we always like to ask people is, what's the hardest you've ever been hit? I always say
I
Tony
guess
Ferguson.
Anthony Johnson, you know.
Wait, who?
Anthony Johnson.
Oh yeah, that's definitely it.
I didn't feel it, but
It was
that's
definitely
the only one that
hardest.
put me out. That's the only time I think I went out like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. So you didn't feel it then, I guess. So it doesn't
Yeah,
count. Before I got knocked out by Tony, I did feel one strike, and I was like, "Oh fuck, don't get hit again." And then I got the second one. I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I think Gustafsson was the most painful one because I think he cut me with an uppercut in the second round, and I keep getting hit with an uppercut. Man, it's like brutal.
That was a wild fucking fight, bro. That was some wild. You had some wild. What's like your favorite fight when you look back at your career?
I gotta say Jan because won the belt and it was kind of easier way, didn't get hit or nothing.
Just take it. You didn't like the one, dude. I like some of my old fights where I banged though. Like I like, you know what I mean? Like the ones, even if you didn't win. Like, do you ever love those old fights? Like where you're just swinging for the fences and they're swinging.
Yeah, I guess Anthony Smith was a good fight too.
Bro, yeah, we were talking about that one earlier. That was a wild ass.
well, I always like to ask, especially old champions, guys who have achieved what is, what everybody's going for, right? Is gold. If you could have done things differently in your career, what would be one major change you would have done differently, other than move your head out of the way of some of those punches? Like, if you're giving advice to Alex as a champion, what advice can you give for him to do differently? To any champion, what can they do differently?
I wouldn't because he's doing all right, okay? He's doing very good. It's just the things like just coaching him. Some stuff like doesn't need to do that much, in the week of the fight. Don't go out of discipline, stuff like that in the week of the fight. Like guys get to tend like, okay, my weight is good, so I can eat a little more today, and then they pay the price and then they weigh in. It's all little things that can adds up,
Have you ever gotten into it with Alex? Because Ramsey, when fighters are in the heat of the moment, the coach is yelling at them, they can butt heads. Have you ever butt heads with Alex?
No.
Would you be too afraid to butt heads with Alex?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right, dude. Glover starts yelling in Portuguese, and everyone's like, "Yes, sir." And I don't even know what he's saying. And I'm like, looking at what other people are doing. All right, they're doing that, man. Yeah. I don't think anyone would ever butt heads.
You feel like he's pretty good at listening to you while he's in the cage as you're giving.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He asks, like today he's like, say we just move, but he's asking like, what do you want to do, Glover? And then Yusuf was talking about some drills that he wants to do, because he used to have a division of the kickboxing, the striking, and like, let's go. Like I say, we work together, man. Like I ask Austin for, hey Austin, anything they want to see over here, and it's like, yeah, just drill this, drill that. Let's work this defensive, just follow the head, stuff like that. Little details now, But,
yeah, everything's like kind of locked in.
Yeah,
So
everybody works together, man.
Hell yeah.
It seems like you've put together something beautiful there. We're kind of closing up here. I'll tell you, this is one of our different podcasts. Usually we mess with the fighter and everything, but I can tell the sheer amount of respect that Ramsey has for you. It's
And fear.
Yeah, and fear.
A little fear.
See, I don't have to yell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to
And
yell,
speak
bro.
softly and carry a big stick kind of thing. But I can tell you honestly,
You do have to speak softly and carry a big stick. Coach Hack is always like, calls you Yoda.
or it's like Phil
He's
Jackson.
the Yoda of the pit, you know. You go to him when you're ready to like become your next level of a Jedi.
But it's refreshing. I mean, there's very few fighters who ascend from the level of being a fighter to being somebody that is universally respected and sought after for wisdom. So
And we can't ask Yoda too many questions. He just dies.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? Remember when he's just asking?
No, I don't watch.
see
That's
Star
how
Wars?
Yoda dies, bro.
Yeah.
You ever seen Star Wars?
Who's you? Oh, you're the.
You know, little green, like the guy that's a badass, but he's like very calm, and then like Luke Skywalker has to learn to be. No, all right.
I gotta watch Star
All
Wars.
right, yeah,
Star
just one of the. Jeez, another movie reference, bro. You never seen Star Wars?
I didn't have it on my bingo card.
I wanted
Ramsey
to watch,
explaining the plot of
man.
Star Wars to
Yeah.
Glover
They
Teixeira.
say it's good. Huh? But,
It's good, yeah. It's like one of the
But good
greatest.
message.
Bro, it's one of the greatest series.
message.
Yeah, it's like light
After the
versus dark.
podcast, Glover, we'll go watch
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Bro, it's like a really good message.
What's the message?
I mean, I can't say the real message here on a YouTube because we'll get taken down. But it's just basically about one group controlling another, and these revolutionary people have to fight back to get their
Hold
land
on, let me
back.
explain the plot of Star Wars. Can we stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll send it to you.
What?
Hey, we're good.
Houston, did you watch
Star Wars.
Star Wars? Huh?
You haven't seen Star Wars? Austin, have you at least? Yeah, bro. Yeah, all right. He's the one American with your guys' team, bro. He's seen it. Ingrid, please, you've seen Star Wars, right? Okay, I mean, at least you had to see it, all right.
Well, all
That's shocking. That is shocking, dude. I'm thrown off. I don't know what to say now, dude.
all I'm trying to say is that it's genuinely refreshing to see somebody, because I've not been around as many fighters as you guys, but I've been around a lot of guys who all they know is fighting. To see you ascend to the next level and be able to help people is a truly cool thing, even as a casual fan.
Yeah.
My one question I'd like to end off on.
He's going to die like Yoda, bro.
Yeah, my one question I'd like to end off on is, I was asking these guys before the podcast if in 100 fights, right? 100 fights, okay?
Don't even ask it, dude.
I
These
gotta
are-
ask.
Bro,
But 100 fights.
All right, our word. We can't say
Me
that.
and Alex, how many can I beat him, do you think, in 100 fights? Because there's always a puncher's chance.
Take off your shirt. Show us your body. He's built like a fucking peach.
Well, you're only gonna fight them once.
I've got good head movement.
You're only gonna fight them once.
I won't
Yeah.
want it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Glover, honestly, Rams, I don't know if you have anything else for me. This has been incredible for me.
It's been awesome. You know, I just warn you. Remember my buddy that was playing pool with Alex?
Yeah.
And he beat him in one game. And then they beat, and they're like 1-1. And Polina goes, if you win this next game, he's like, the fourth round's in the cage. And my buddy's like, shit. Oh, man, I showed him the 8 ball. Oh, Alex won.
Well, Glover, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we're looking forward to this fight, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's
Glover, you're the fucking man. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you on the next one.